Freshman of the year in the WAC. Underway. Eli with the tip to Porter. Terrence Roberson, who has struggled mightily with his shot, but continues to do the other things that are so important until that shot comes around. Eli goes inside. Over Wolfram, hooks it up and in. 2-0 Bulldogs.
And Ralph, if there's one major improvement with Fresno State as the year goes on, it's Melvin Eli. He is a force at the offensive end and doing a nice job blocking shots and rebounding. He has a tough assignment on his hand. Got to contain Wolfram tonight.
Bulldogs come out from the man-to-man defense. That's Smallwood. In and out. Rebound Alexander.
Mullihan's going to get the assignment on it. I like him going fast. Didn't get that one down, but breaks the defense down with that move.
As he couldn't get the follow. 2-0 Fresno State. Taking the play with the basketball. Mullihan. Porter with a rebound. Spin move. Dishes. Roberson.
How do you like that move?
Yes.
Demetrius, let me do a little spinner in the center of the court and make a nice finish. I'm going to put that on the highlight reel. Man, of course, by Fresno State.
The train. Strong. Rebound. Foul. Oh, we're going to call it jump. And Navarro is to UTEP. Watch this.
How about this move? Well, this is the value of a tremendous point guard. I mean, Demetrius Porter not only does a great job to avoid and not turn it over, makes a beautiful pass to finish the play.
By Eli. Rico Nelson had to go off of him as well. So it's Bulldog ball leading 4-0.
Both of these teams do not have a very deep bench. Both clubs really feature about 6-7 players. So if the referees let them play, Ralph, I'm sure both coaches would like it that way. They want their starters on the floor.
Roberson, an air ball. Nelson gets Roberson in the air, kicks it out to Smallwood. 4-0 Fresno State. Played 2 minutes. Again, it's Nelson. This time he fires. Short, but gets the rebound. Mullihan defended well by Roberson. Porter goes for a steal. Doesn't get it.
They got to help out now. Good switch right there. Nice job by Alexander to take Demetrius Porter's name. Here's your matchup right here.
Wolfram blocked by Eli. His second of the game. 85 on the season.
That is the key matchup of the game. Eli and Wolfram inside. The winner of that battle is going to go a long way to deciding this game. So far, Eli has the advantage.
Alexander defended by Mullihan. Doesn't get the bounce. Going to be a foul on Roberson going over the back of Rico Nelson.
One of those automatic calls. Anytime a man screens you out and you jump over his back and make any contact, you're going to pick up the foul. So far, Jerry Tarkanian's got to be real pleased at the defensive end. I mean, you picture the shutout. But the Dogs have had some opportunities they haven't converted.
Smallwood. Air ball, but picked out of the air, put up by McCray. So the Miners are on the board. It's 4-2 Fresno State.
It's not a big UTEP team, but they're a pretty good rebounding team. I mean, they're very opportunistic, especially at the offensive end, so you have to keep them off. One of the keys was make sure you give no second efforts. Nice pass.
Nice reverse by Larry Abney. 6-2 Fresno State.
What else is Eli doing? Let's see. He blocked 2 shots. He's made a nice turnaround. Beautiful assist. So far, what a beginning for Melvin Eli.
Open. Backing in. Has to give it off.
3 seconds.
Smallwood, that has to be 3.
Got to be 5. Yeah, 5. They don't call 3 unless it gets to 5. When it gets to 5,
then it's 3.
Then it's 3.
I got you.
Hey, now you know the rule.
Jason Rabidou, first-year head coach.
That's another defensive effort that was really triggered by Melvin Eli's presence. He's the one that caused that 3-second count. So far, the Dogs haven't turned it over. Too.
Wolfram gets it. Mohawk picks it out of the air.
See, I think Fresno State can attack inside. I think they go inside first and then pitch it back out unless it's Alexander. And, of course, he has the green light.
Smallwood. Rebound by Roberson. 6-2. Fresno State leading. 15.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
UTEP a man-to-man team. Alexander with his first perimeter shot didn't go.
Far off on the three. They battle for the rebound. Porter is undercut by Rico Nelson. It'll be a foul on Nelson. Both Porter and Nelson going for the ball. Nelson was on the floor and took the feet of Porter right out from under him. We've got a timeout on the floor. 15:21 remaining here in the first half. Bulldogs leading 6-2.
In the next 30 years, the population of the Earth will double to nearly 12 billion people. It will take 450 trillion pounds of food to meet the demand. This is agriculture's challenge in the 21st century, a challenge to be met by e-commerce. TheAgZone.com, the critical key to a worldwide solution, designed by agriculture for agriculture. TheAgZone.com, providing e-commerce services, exposure worldwide while cutting your costs. TheAgZone.com, everything under one roof.
As American as country music, genuine, irresistible, the original song of the South. Applebee's invites you to try something new. Chicken fried chicken, a whole boneless breast, marinated and breaded. Then chicken fried Southern style, so it's crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. Complement it with traditional fixins, and you've got Applebee's chicken fried chicken. As unique as Nashville, as American as Applebee's.
If you like to leave things to the last minute, don't worry. Our 24-hour tailoring will get you out of any jam. Well, almost.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Bulldog basketball on Fox 26 is brought to you in part by TheAgZone.com, by Carl's Jr., big juicy burgers, and get into your Northern California Chrysler Plymouth dealer. It's the new place to be and the only place to buy.
Sunday night at 7:30, Peggy plans to micromanage her family on King of the Hill, followed by The Simpsons and Malcolm in the Middle, only on your station, KMPH, Fox 26. Bulldogs off to a 4-point lead early. Ralph Wooden on the handball lead, 15-21 remaining in the first half. Fresno State, they have been terrific at the defensive end.
They have done a nice job at the defensive end of the court. That's right, Ralph. Melvin Eli really has caused that. He's blocked a couple of shots. He's done a good job in terms of solidifying the middle. And UTEP 1 of 9. So they start the game 1 of 9. And Fresno State not much better at 3 of 9.
Porter knocked down as he attempts the 3-point shot. That'll be 3 free throws for Demetrius Porter to foul on McCray.
Yeah, Aggie did not make a good foul there. And you see Jason Rabideau, and really he came out. I thought a good call. He definitely nicked him there on the arm. So Demetrius Porter will get to the foul line. Because he made some big shots for Fresno State this year. I mean, when it gets down to clutch time, Demetrius Porter has been sensational. I don't think you can ever forget that Tulsa fadeaway in the corner 3 that propelled Fresno State to that upset win.
Porter makes all 3. It's 9-2 Bulldogs. Yeah, Porter made the winning shot both the Tulsa game here, and then he made that shot that really got him into it for setting up Alexander's shot at Tulsa.
He had the Tulsa. They want to see Demetrius Porter many times.
Wolfram in the miss. It's 1 of 10 now from the field for UTEP. Pass intercepted. Here comes Wolfram the other way.
Well, look at this big guy run the floor.
Going to go over Eli. Can't get it to go. The tip up by Smallwood, no good. Rebound Abney.
Well, one thing that UTEP is doing a great job of is they get
Alexander assists to Demetrius Porter. Is that about getting better?
Well, the minors when they shoot the ball are not really making too much of an effort to offensive rebound because they're trying to get everybody back to give the Dogs no transition scores. But here they go.
Oh, Roberson is due, but can't get it to go. Oh, now we got a breakaway for Smallwood. Knocked away by Roberson from behind. What a great play by a guy who missed the shot and came down on defense.
Fresno State dodged the bullet. There was no rotation that time after after the shot was taken, and a beautiful play by Roberson to come back and deflect. As you said, he took the shot and came back and got the beautiful deflection.
Wolfen turns it over. Bulldogs leading 11-2 early. Oh, dangerous pass, but Roberson tracks it down. Gets it to Eli. Porter for three. Long rebound comes off to McCray. 3-on-1. Smallwood. Nice move to alter his shot around Alexander.
Not too quick on the shot. Put some touches on it. Get everybody moving defensively. And Alexander's the only guy. If you're going to clear out and try to allow somebody to create their own shot, no one better in the country than Courtney Alexander.
That's a great point. I was just thinking about that, especially as I watched that Hawaii game. He created some shots that,
how about at the
just
end?
Weren't there. And well, the San Jose game was unbelievable. That was a 35-footer 3 nights before. Yeah, he had a big week. Culminating by being named WAC Player of the Year.
See, good job by Eli not standing up. He tried to get up, it's going to be walking. They did a great job of staying on the floor.
Abney waving off the basket. No basket. Foul on Abney going over the back.
Alexander, I thought, a pretty good look. I mean, this is a shot he'll normally make. And watch the over-the-back call. Abney definitely went over the back. A little body call. Sometimes that's not called, but there's definitely a little bit of body as Abney went up and followed it in, but no basket.
Alexander 1 of 4 from the field. Abney with the rebound. 11-4, Fresno State under 13 minutes remaining here in the first half. Travis Demandi into the game for the Bulldogs. He replaced Roberson. Alexander with his second basket tonight. That's a two-pointer, 13-4. Fresno State matches its biggest lead up by 9.
And Demandi is going to get the defensive assignment on Mullihan. So Demandi, his job is to keep the ball away from Mullihan. Don't let number 24 in the orange touch the ball. So far, Demandi's doing a real good job. That's why he's in game.
Has elevated himself to the first man off the bench now for the Bulldogs with his play late in the season. Wolfen.
We would love to see Wolfen shoot it from the perimeter instead of taking it near the rim. So even though he's a good shooter, you're much more dangerous around the goal. Good job that time by Melvin Eli. Tough shot here.
Opportunity to fall away. Smallwood with the rebound. Breaks. Has it go off his foot. It was last touch by Fresno State players, so it will be UTEP basketball. There's a timeout on the floor. 11:49 remaining in the first half. Great play. Porter. Alexander. Dogs by 9.
Guy's got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new char-broiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
Mom, did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad sold your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance or 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
This isn't just another dairy farm. It's years of hard work and learning. This isn't just another orchard. It's someone's backyard filled with dreams and childhood memories. This is the San Joaquin Valley, the nation's #1 agricultural center. And for over 80 years, Fresno Madera and Valley Farm Credit have helped make dreams come to life from one generation to the next. Fresno Madera and Valley Farm Credit, our roots are in agriculture.
Hey fans, coming up this Saturday, championship game of the Pepsi Johnny Quick Baseball Classic at Biden Field, 7 p.m. start. For ticket information, you call 278-DOGS. TCU coach Billy Tufts.
Billy got to win.
He had a struggle, though.
Yeah, he had a struggle, but he got to win this afternoon. So Billy's happy.
How can you tell?
Yeah, he's happy. In fact, San Jose State had to my recollection, Ralph, had a nice lead at halftime, and TCU came back to win.
Show you some other scores from earlier games, a little later in this ball game. 13-4, Fresno State leads. Javier Mendoza on the 50s of the game. Wolfen has his first basket as Eli fell down and gets up grabbing his right ankle. Walking it off as he comes down court. Wolfen is finally on the board.
And everybody took a big sigh of relief on the Fresno State bench, especially after the devastating injury this afternoon to Kenyon Martin of Cincinnati. If you saw the replay of that, Ralph, I mean, it was accidental, but anything can happen when you're out there.
Be a great inside position, but couldn't get it to fall.
And Melvin is gingerly walking on that ankle. He definitely tweaked it. So far, he's done a masterful job on Brandon Northwood. Northwood got one score, but he shut him down so far in the first half.
10 on the shot clock. Get inside to Wolfen. He'll work on Eli. He'll kick it out to Mullahan. It's a three-pointer, and he hits his first of the game. The first three-pointer for either team. They combined to go 0 for their first 11. Mullahan with 7 threes the last time these teams played. And a nice reverse inside. The assist to Nick Irvin, who is in for Demetrius Porter.
Yeah, how long Irvin can go is questionable, too. I don't think Nick Irvin is still 100%, but he certainly made a very nice play. In fact, he's calling to the ref. He may have been hit in the nose. Might want a timeout.
Third block of the game for Eli. Long three, Demambi.
Demambi has been coming on strong. He had that big game, if you recall, at Tulsa. Came in and was pivotal to the success of Fresno State. And now he's playing good defense. Great confidence boost for him to get out on that three.
Smallwood. This is Mendoza for three, and that's good.
Now, you know UTEP is a three-point shooting team. I mean, they do feature the bomb, and when they get it going, I mean, they can get some points in a hurry. Well, Jason Rabideau, he works the bench. I'm telling you. I mean, he exudes a tremendous amount of it. He's running up and down. He's grabbing the official. In fact, he patted him on the back. He said, okay, call didn't go my way, but I'll buy it.
Well, his antics on the bench have been the subject of a lot of discussion around here. I think it was Coach Tufts who commented to Jerry Tarkanian about why Fresno State had some problems down at UTEP because Rabideau was coming off the bench to double-team the players.
I think he was making some moves on the floor. Guys taking the charge. His guys come down the floor.
He comes
Can't
out
do
on
that,
the floor.
Ralph. Can't do that.
Well, he's been getting away with it.
Well, there is a coaching box, so-called, that you cannot move away from. Here's Jason. There he goes. Let's see how far he moves up. Well, he's on the floor there. He took a couple of steps on the floor.
That's nothing. You'll see him come out about 5 feet. 18-12. 9:15 remaining here in the first half as Roberson misses. Felix for the rebound. Noel Felix in the game for the Bulldogs. Roberson fires again and hits. Determined to get his stroke back.
Shooters shoot. And you do not lose your confidence. You must contain and must continue to have that shooter's mentality. Just don't want to force it.
By the way, they are attending to Nick Irvin over on the Bulldog bench. He's come out of the game and Porter has come back in. The trainers are working on Irvin right now. Hit in the nose.
He was calling that time down the floor, Ralph. When UTEP had the ball, he wanted a timeout. Of course, official can't give a timeout when the other team has the ball. Nice move for the basket there.
With the shot clock at 5, McCray puts it up and in.
Well, we know Eggy McCray is a very good player. I mean, he was a handful. There's Nick Irvin. And he was definitely popped during the ball game. And hopefully he will recuperate and get back out of that pass.
Oh, Alexander can't get it to go. Tipped up and in. So he stayed after it. Got it to go back up and in.
I thought the tip in on a degree of difficulty was much harder than his original shot. He had a gimme and missed it. Had a tough tip and made it.
Well, you know, he never came down after the first shot. He stays up there so long.
Now, he talked to all the pro guys, you know, and he'll be the number 1 2-guard taken in the draft. No doubt. Top 4 or 5.
Fouls on Courtney Alexander with 7:55. That'll be his first. And that's going to take us to a timeout. 22-14. Fresno State leading, and we'll step aside.
That Shop's got 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where you'll pay no sales tax. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's right, pay no sales tax. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What a sale. No sales tax. Thanks, That Shop.
What's that? Guy's got a burger.
Cool. It's a Carl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
New charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
Join John Mallows for the Valley's only primetime newscast on your station.
Say goodbye to cars that run on gas.
You betcha. Bart? Well, that shut me up.
The Simpsons at 8/7 Central, Fox Sunday.
This week in Bulldog Sports is brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. Your Fresno State men's tennis team will be taking on the California Golden Bears. 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, March 11th. Fresno State women's tennis team faces off against the Razorbacks of Arkansas Friday, March 17th, also at 1 p.m. Nick Irvin still on the bench for the Bulldogs after taking that shot to the nose. Fresno State leading 22-14. Bulldogs only 1 3-pointer. Still leading by 8.
Going a little smaller, too, with Eli out of the game. So now you're going to have Abney on Wolfram inside, and you would think now UTEP recognizes that, although Abney a good defender. I think now they have to look to Wolfram. He's got to side that, say, give him the ball and see what he can do. I think he's got to look to try to score. Go to the basket. See if they look for him again. Good job by Abney.
This is Jose Escobedo into the game into 25. Now the shot clock winding down. They're going to reset the offense. Shot clock at 10. Rico Nelson can't get it to go. Escobedo puts it back up and in.
A little surprised when McCray came off that screen route at the top of the key that nobody jumped out on. He turned the corner and was able to get into the defense and cause problems.
Get him off! Callahan with the rebound of Roberson Fitz. 6-point Bulldog lead. 7 minutes in the first half. It's a 2-point attempt by Escobedo.
You can see UTEP. Mo has definitely changed. All of a sudden now, the Miners got it going. Their confidence boost, making a couple of outside shots. They've forced Fresno State to take perimeter Jays, and they haven't gone down.
It was a 9-point Bulldog lead. Now it's whittled down to 4. Roberson passes into traffic, but Abney does a great job. It was Abney did a great job to get it, steer it into the hoop. He was fouled.
Say, that was an unbelievable catch by Abney. Watch this catch as the ball was deflected inside, and not only that, but had the presence of mind to get it up and in. Check this out. Wolfram's kind of wondering what's going on. I had pretty good position. Where's the ball? I didn't get the ball.
It's in the net, Brandon.
I heard that was important. You know, when you have good position, you should deflect it, but get the basketball. Don't start looking around and say, where's the ball? Because the other guy's got it.
6:15 remaining in the first half. 6-point Bulldog lead. Fresno State has led throughout. Escobedo. Wolfram. In and out. Rebound, though. Rico Nelson gets it back to Wolfram. He won't miss that one.
And the surprising thing is that the Miners are getting multiple shots at the offensive end. They've been able to convert. They're rebounding on the outside. The Dogs really had it blocked out as well as they could. And UTEP right back in the game.
Yeah, and they're doing it without one of the best rebounders, William Smith. Before the shot, we have a foul on Jarvis Mullihan.
They lose a player sometimes. Even though Smith's very good one. And everybody else steps up. You would hope that the opposition, in this case Fresno State, doesn't have the mindset that because UTEP doesn't have all its players, they don't have to play at a very high level to win the game. That would be a major mistake.
Eli returns to the lineup along with Nick Urban as Abney and Porter get a rest. Alexander with ball away. Oh, in and out. Rebound Smallwood. 5.5 remaining in the half. Just a 4-point Bulldog lead.
Well, the Miners have done an effective job, Ralph, in the half court of late. They've been able to get their offense started. They've been able to feature the ball inside. When they don't have the shot, they've been kicking it out, and they've been offensive rebounding. The last 4 or 5 possessions for UTEP have been very good. There's your, we've talked about that as one of the keys. And the Miners, of those 18 rebounds, I would suspect that a third of them are probably at the offensive end.
When they played here in Fresno and lost, they had 22 offensive boards. 8 on the shot clock. Smallwood puts it inside the Wolfram. Backing in, that's going to be a walking call on Wolfram. Shuffled the feet as he tried to bang for some position.
Now, Wolfram definitely knows that Eli's behind him, and what an advantage it is to be able to play behind at the post and try to deflect the shot, because if the guy misses it, you're in great rebounding position. Eli's really doing a very nice job inside. As you take a look at the turnovers, actually both clubs doing a great job taking care of the ball.
For 3. Roberson tries to keep it alive and does. Saves it at the baseline. Eli again. And Hook, no good. Smallwood gets this rebound. 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half.
Very low-scoring half, and you would think this is definitely UTEP's tempo, although it's a club that's featured a more up-tempo style over here, but they'd be very happy to keep the numbers low in this game.
Nelson can't get it to go on the drive. Back comes Fresno State. Roberson gets it back. Alexander will take it to the hole, reverse it. Felix sticks it back. Noel Felix.
That was a quick dunk, too. I like that one. Felix not only got it, but it was like real fast. Get it, and boom, knock it right in.
The net barely moved. It got through so fast. It's a full timeout with 4:01 remaining. A 6-point Bulldog lead, and Noel Felix, a freshman who has also played well lately for Fresno State.
Yeah, Felix has definitely come of age. I mean, he is a guy now you put in the game, and he's productive. Earlier in the year, you weren't sure what he was going to do. But here's a move instead. Now, watch how quick Felix comes in and knocks it. Watch it, boom, knock it right in. I mean, that was like in a split second he was able to get in the air. Made it look easy, but this is not easy. Because not only is he capturing the ball right off the rim, but he's finishing it quick. Wow. You know what I like about it? He made sure he didn't touch the rim when the ball went down. Look at him. He loves it. He said, I'm not going to hit the rim at all. I'm just going to kind of put it straight down in the hoop.
Felix with 2 points, 2 rebounds so far. Fresno State Bulldogs with 4:01 remaining here in the half, leading by 6. I want to get back to the Kenyon Martin thing. People haven't heard the guy who was expected to be named the Player of the Year in college basketball suffers a broken bone in his leg 3 minutes into Cincinnati's first round Conference USA tournament game against St. Louis. He has gone for the season. Cincinnati was number 1 in the nation, had beaten St. Louis by 43 points 5 days ago, they ended up losing to St. Louis without Martin.
Yeah, well, it got to be just a terrible break for Bob Huggins and the Bearcats. I saw them earlier, and I thought this, and I still believe Kenyon Martin will be the player of the year in college basketball. And this is a guy that, in my opinion, was going to lead Cincinnati to the Final Four, and they had a great opportunity to win the NCAA championship. Now, you're not sure if if they're not going to get beat in the first round without Martin. You look at that field goal percentage, Ralph, in Fresno State and UTEP. UTEP only at 33%, and the Dogs have not made many threes, but they're shooting it at 38. But it shows you in basketball how fragile this game is. I mean, anything can happen, and you feel very badly for Cincinnati and Kenyon Martin. In earlier games, quarterfinal, Tulsa really easily over Rice. Rice fought hard, but Tulsa too much. And, of course, Tulsa seeded number 1, the regular season champ. This was a heck of a game. Hawaii has surprised everybody, beat SMU 87-82. They led by 16 at half. SMU came back, could never really get it over the top, but a big win for the Rainbows. And, of course, you see the game now. Fresno State with a 6-point lead over Utah.
Well, when SMU got within 3 with about a minute left, I think the people in Hawaii thought that they were going to witness a big Mustang comeback, but they managed to hold them off. So the winner of this game will play Hawaii as there's the 4th turnover of the game. Javier Mendoza throws it away.
I think Hawaii, we've said this before about Hawaii. They made one of the biggest turns around in the country in terms of win. They only won 7 games a year ago.
We have a timeout, 3:49 remaining. It's the Bulldogs by 6.
Oh, snap. Guys got a burger.
Cool. It's a girl's burger.
Yeah, it's that new sourdough burger.
The new charbroiled sourdough bacon cheeseburger. It's just what you've been waiting for.
Is that what we're waiting for?
New at Carl's Jr.
Mom, did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad sold your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance for 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
You shouldn't have to overpay just because you're a big or tall size.
One of 3 seniors in the starting line. One of 3 seniors in the starting lineup for Fresno State, along with Courtney Alexander and Larry Abney. Bulldogs by 6. We have 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. Fumbled away by Roberson. The pass touched by McCray. It'll be Bulldog ball. Irvin was going to inbound, but he's going out of the game. Replaced by Porter. Larry Abney also back. Noel Felix gets a nice hand from the crowd.
As the season goes on, Ralph, more utilization of the bench. And this was really an Iron Man team of about 6 guys. But Joey Tarkanian has gone to the bench more and more. They've been productive.
But Roberson a strong move to the hoop. 8-point Bulldog lead.
Still man-to-man. Primary deep. Watch a 5-second count here. He's got a release.
Could get it there, though. Wolfman hangs on Eli. Really forces that one off. Rebound up.
If you want to draw a little nice seal, let it play. You see what he does here. See if he can block it.
One-man game back and forth. Count the basket as McCray scores the foul on Eli. So that looked good for the Bulldogs, and just like that, it turned out bad.
It negated a great play by Melvin Eli. You make the turnover, and Eggy McCray just made a beautiful play. And here's the turnover, and that really negated everything that Eli was able to do. And you thought Melvin still might be able to take care of business here, but give the offensive player, Eggy McCray, all the credit. Did a nice job to hang in the air, very athletic, got it up on the glass and got the roll. So that was a big, big play for the Miners. They get right back in the game.
Rico Nelson checks back in as McCray completes a three-point play.
McCray's got 7 in the game. And he's like a rock in terms of that point guard position for UTEP. Not good defense again.
Roberson manages to haul it in. Defended far away from the basket. Now he's working in a position, turns, fires, and hits.
Well, you can see the strategy, Ralph. They are not going to double down on Melvin Eli. They are going to let Wolfram play him one-on-one. And so far, Eli has been able to win the battle. So continue to look for him inside because he can get a shot, and a pretty good shot, against Wolfram.
4 points in the game for Eli. Alexander and Abney lead with 6 apiece. Wolfram can't get it to go. Eli with the rebound.
Eli has bothered every shot that Brandon has tried to shoot.
The only one he didn't was when he fell down. He has been tough.
I mean, he is faking, and he's using his body. He's trying to get Eli in the air, trying to pick up another foul on him. And Melvin has done a very nice job of staying down. Keep your feet on the ground. Move your arms. Play good position because you have bothered Brandon Wolfram. And it's now maybe getting into his head a little bit. So Eli has to continue to play very solid position.
Travis Samantha getting ready to check back in for Fresno State the next time it's dead. Nelson walked. He sure did. Terrence thought there was a walk on the pass before, but Nelson just kind of stumbled after getting the ball. Demandi in, Roberson out, 1:45 remaining in the half. It's 30-23, Fresno State up by 7. Bulldogs' biggest lead has been 9.
UTEP looking to pick up right in the midcourt area, so important now to get some touches and see if you can drop it down. There, that's not too bad, right in there. McCray
picked up his foot, so Eli turns it over, and we go back the other way with 1:31.
Melvin Eli is thinking pass, which is not a bad idea, but when he's being played one-on-one, Ralph, he's got a good shot to just drop the leg and just take it right to the goal because he's beat Wolfram a couple of times.
And again, the defense of Fresno State causing problems for UTEP. The Miners now with 6 turnovers, 4 for the Bulldogs.
The other thing that's occurred here is that Alexander has been without a shot for about, I would say for about 3 or 4 minutes. It would be a good time to come out of this timeout and feature Courtney Alexander and see if you can get him in the offense.
Courtney's made 3 of 10 shots, 6 points.
Next time down now.
There's a 30-23 Fresno State lead. And I want to remind you, coming up halftime, we'll have our Bulldog Spotlight, which I believe is on Travis Demandi tonight. We'll also have a KMPH news break and the stats and highlights will be brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. All of that coming up at halftime. I turned to you during the break and said this looks like Courtney Alexander is setting up another second-half magic show.
Well, we've seen him have a limited first half and come out and go gangbusters in the second half. I would be shocked, Ralph, coming out of this timeout if Courtney did not touch the ball. Because he's 3 for 10, but he hasn't had a shot in a long time. So very important they got to be thinking, don't forget about this guy.
There he is. Ready to work by Moorman and hits. 4 of 11, Alexander with 8. And the Bulldogs match their biggest lead.
Solid play called out of the timeout. Guy is averaging almost 26 a game. Nice defense by
Alexander.
Well read. Look out here, because you know he's going to try to do something.
4-3. Short rebound though by Eli. He'll take it right back up and hook it home.
Great job by Melvin Eli. Demetrius Porter's shot. I mean, I'm not seeing him shoot it so poorly. His shots haven't even been close to him. But the fans are in it. I mean, they're standing in Fresno.
Biggest lead of the game for the Bulldogs, up by 11. Under 20 seconds now remaining in the first half. Nelson for 3. Reached out, rebound by Monahan. Put up and in. Bulldogs to go for the last shot.
And the presence of mind to realize time. Got to get it up, huh? Okay, Alexander's back.
Alexander for 3, going to be short. And that will end the half. So Courtney Alexander goes 4 of 12 from the field. 8 points in the first half. Bulldogs lead it by 9. So Fresno State can't be too disappointed with that. Going to the locker room up by 9 at halftime. But Melvin Eli, what a huge first half he had, defensively and offensively.
Yes, a terrific half by Melvin Eli. He got 4 blocks, 6 points. He just did a great job. And really, offensive rebounding is the only thing that's kept UTEP in this game in the first half.
When it comes to car repairs, what is service?
Service is using only quality parts and highly trained mechanics to fix my car.
Hey, service is a free ride to and from my workplace. Service is explaining my car's problem completely and honestly.
Service is convenient hours.
At Lamona Service Center, service is our middle name.
Lamona Service Center on 1st Street, just south of McKinley.
Now get 0.9% financing for up to 60 months on Dodge Caravan, the most innovative, most imitated, most trusted minivan on the road. 0.9 could save you over $4,600. High interest, low interest. Interested? Better hurry. Dodge Caravan. Different.
Hope you're enjoying the game here on Fox 26. I'm Jadine McCliver with your halftime report. A single car accident leaves one person dead in southwest Fresno. The California Highway Patrol says it happened near Chestnut and Lincoln Avenues early this morning. A Fresno man was driving a GMC pickup eastbound on Lincoln when his car drifted across the center line and ran off the road. The driver then overcorrected, causing his car to smash into a stop sign, killing him instantly. Fresno prosecutors need more experts to testify against 4 teenagers accused of stealing explosives from a police department bunker. Arnell Dimondal brings us an update.
Robert Anderson, Jeffrey Bledsaw, and Brent Parker appeared before the judge nearly 2 months after bailing out of jail. They, along with Michael Cody Jones, who missed today's court date, are accused of stealing 600 pounds of explosives from this police bunker in Auberry. A break-in that broke international headlines. But prosecutors argued they need more time to bring in explosives experts to fortify their case against the 18-year-olds. None of the accused wanted to speak on camera. They let their lawyers do the talking.
They're getting on with their lives, going to school and doing the things that they're doing. And as far as I know, everyone's abided by all the rules put out by Judge Gallagher.
Among the rules is a 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew for all teams. Defense lawyers maintain that prison time should not be a part of the outcome of this case, a sentiment that Robert Anderson expressed just moments after he made bail last January.
I'm going to go home.
Go to school.
I'm going to go to school. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to try to make up for the mistakes that I've done.
A lot of people think that you should go to jail.
I don't think I should go to jail.
If convicted of the charges, all 4 could get up to 20 years in jail. Right now, all everyone else could do is wait. The next court date, April 19th. In downtown Fresno, Arnell Dimondal, the 10 o'clock news.
Protesters demonstrated outside the federal courthouse in Miami today where a judge heard arguments in the Elian Gonzalez case. A relative filed a lawsuit challenging an immigration service order to send the 6-year-old back to his father in Cuba. The judge recessed the hearing after about 3 hours without a decision. After the hearing, lawyers from both sides spoke with the press. Elian has been staying with relatives in Florida since he was rescued several months ago. Well, stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's okay. It's only a Corolla. Move it up!
The 2000 Corolla, now with a VVTi engine. It's more powerful than you think.
What?
Welcome back. Democrat Bill Bradley officially withdrew from the presidential race today, saying he'll support Al Gore in the fall campaign. Bradley says he called Gore this morning to tell him the news and express his support.
And while I'm bowing out,
I'm not releasing the delegates that are on my side. They've been loyal supporters and deserve to have their voices heard.
Bradley refused to say whether he'll consider another presidential run. And on the Republican side, Arizona Senator John McCain is throwing in the towel as well. At a news conference in Sedona, McCain announced he's suspending his quest for the presidency for the time being. He is conceding the GOP nomination to George W. Bush, but is vowing to remain a force for change in presidential politics.
I am no longer an active candidate for my party's nomination for president. I congratulate Governor Bush and wish him and his family well.
McCain rocked the Republican race with upset wins in New Hampshire and Michigan, but he failed to gather the momentum necessary to carry any of the crucial Super Tuesday primaries earlier this week. Prospects for a solid peace deal in the Middle East are looking brighter. Today, Israeli and Palestinian leaders met in Egypt to discuss further concessions that could seal the deal. Both Israeli Prime Minister Ehud Barak and Palestinian President Yasser Arafat met with the Egyptian president to discuss the possibilities. Last year, Barak and Arafat signed a peace deal to formally start an end to the conflict, but those efforts have failed. Heavy rains over Mozambique have grounded air support as the region struggles to recover from the worst flooding it has ever seen. A group of U.S. helicopters arrived this week to bring relief, but steady downpours and a fuel shortage forced them to suspend flights. The American relief effort comes just days after the region's leaders openly criticized the U.S. and other world powers for failing to send aid during the peak of that disaster. Well, he's big, he's cute, and he loves his mom to death. Eddie, a baby black rhino who was born at the Cincinnati Zoo, made his debut today with mom, Julie. Eddie played outside with his mother and followed her around the sand pit as they both enjoyed the warm weather. The Cincinnati Zoo holds the U.S. record for captive black rhino births and ranks second in that category worldwide. And that's your halftime report. We hope you'll join John Mallows and myself for all the day's news, weather, and sports tonight at 10 or right after the game. Now we'll get back to the game.
That Jock's got 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where you'll pay no sales tax. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's right, pay no sales tax. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What a sale. No sales tax. Thanks, That Jock.
Mom, did you get a promotion? Not recently. Are we rich? Not since I last checked the bank balance. Are we kind of special? Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad told your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance for 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
Hey, college basketball fans. This year, March Madness begins right here in Fresno. This Wednesday through Saturday, Selland Arena will be the site for some of the most exciting hoop action in the country, the 2000 WAC Men's and Women's Basketball Tournament. Be sure to reserve your seat to witness 16 hopeful teams grind it out over 4 action-packed days to crown 2 champions. For tournament passes and single-session tickets, call 278-DOGS. Don't miss out on the biggest sporting event to ever come to Fresno. Call today.
Frazier's got a caring father, a devoted brother.
I would shave my head for you, gesture which becomes less significant with each passing year.
And dear Daphne, the fun's all relative on Frazier.
We're an odd little family.
Weeknights at 7:30. Time now for Bulldog Spotlight.
Who would have thought Travis Demandby would be playing this much this late in the season? I'll tell you who. Nobody, that's who.
I never thought I'd be playing this much in a game. I figured I'd be playing about 2 minutes a game. I kind of took that as a role, and just as every game goes along, it seems like I'm getting more and more playing time. And
we really didn't expect him to play this much. He's only a freshman, and, you know, he came from the small high school league in Oregon, and for him to develop as fast as he has is a real tribute to Travis.
I think Coach has got more confidence in my defense as the year's gone on, and he puts me in key situations.
Tark has such confidence in Demandby that Travis is now the first guy in off the bench. And in the game at Tulsa, Demandby was in there during the final minutes and actually came through with the game-tying basket.
And that's going to be goal tonight. This game is tied.
That was at such a high level intensity-wise after that game. I mean, the whole environment there, the place was going nuts. It was loud. It was fun. I mean, we were coming back. The crowd would just quiet down when we make a run, and then it would just come back up if they'd make a little run. And at the end of the game, when I had the deflection that almost got the steal with 8 seconds left, I mean, that was a feeling I've never had before.
But it got better. When Travis got back to the hotel, there he was on ESPN Sports Center.
That was kind of like a dream come true. I mean, I never thought, I've watched ESPN all my life, I never thought they'd be saying my name on it.
We'll visit more with Travis DeManby right after this.
It's always an exciting season at the Bulldog Shop. Whatever you're looking for in Bulldog Red, you'll find it at the Bulldog Shop. Choose from Fresno State sweatshirts in every style, Bulldog jackets and windbreakers for both men and women, polos, T-shirts, Fresno's largest selection of caps and hats, and fun stuff for every fan. Shop for the kids and dress them up in their Bulldog best. It's always an exciting season at the Bulldog Shop, Cedar and Barstow, across from all 3 stadiums.
The Bulldogs have plenty of scorers on their team and maybe not enough role players, but Travis DeManby is the type of guy who will do anything he's asked. Defend, rebound, pass, and yeah, even score.
I definitely see myself as a role player. I mean, I don't go in to bring an offensive spark to the team. I go in to give our scorers a rest. I go in for Terrence and Courtney to kind of let them rest so when they come back in, they have fresh legs so they can score.
He can shoot the ball, but again, like you say, that's not what we need. We need him to go in and just be a solid player for us. And when he's wide open, hit the open shot.
And make no mistake, DeManby can shoot. But as only a freshman, there's plenty of time to develop his offensive game.
I think a lot of people know that I can't shoot the ball from the outside. I know I can, but it's just kind of the thing. I come in the game, I've been sitting on the bench a while, so I'm kind of cold. I stiffen up a little bit. And I come in and I don't want to just shoot right away. I want to try to get into the flow a little bit.
The biggest numbers DeManby's putting up are in the classroom, where in high school he actually won a National Scholar Athlete Award.
That's my first goal, really, at the school, is to get out of here with a degree. I'm majoring in math, maybe become a math teacher and a coach later on in high school, at the high school level. So, I mean, my studies are very important, and I want to keep those up.
But you don't need to be an expert in mathematics to know how important Travis DeManby has been to the Bulldogs. I'm Dana Green with the Bulldog Spotlight.
In the next 30 years, the population of the Earth will double to nearly 12 billion people. It will take 450 trillion pounds of food to meet the demand. This is agriculture's challenge in the 21st century, a challenge to be met by e-commerce. The AgZone.com, the critical key to a worldwide solution designed by agriculture for agriculture. The AgZone.com, providing e-commerce services, exposure worldwide while cutting your costs. The AgZone.com, everything under one roof.
Back when time and space shook hands and parted ways, the DNA that is you and the purity and promise that is this frost-brewed Coors Light began a journey, each of you aimed by the hand of fate at a point in the future, bringing you closer to a destination known simply as Seat 9, Section B. This is your beer, and you are this beer's destiny. Maybe it didn't recognize you.
Welcome back to Selland Arena. Halftime winding down here. The Bulldogs leading UTEP by 9 in their opening round game of the WAC tournament. Ralph Wood along with Dan Belomni. Dan, I am already going out on a limb and saying Courtney Alexander's going to have a big second half.
I know. You kind of intimated that as we were kind of ending the first half, and he may well. I think Courtney Alexander, although I don't think 100%, had the flu, had the temperature, but look for him to come out and have a big second half. He needs the ball. Didn't get many shots at the end of the first half.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half of tonight's game. Bulldogs got off to a good start. UTEP coming in with some talented players like freshman Roy Smallwood.
You love Smallwood. He was the freshman of the year in the conference. And here, Wolfram, that was the easiest score he had. Of course, Eli went down. Eli had 4 blocks in the first half and did a great job of controlling in around the goal. And
Javier Mendoza,
Mendoza
6-3. But look at that move by Porter.
I think that was the play of the first half. And a great play to make a little spinner move here and take it to the goal. Porter did not shoot it on the outside. But look at a pass to Courtney Alexander. I mean, he did all the other things. And a good recovery inside, and again Alexander, who didn't get that one in, but Felix with the nice finish.
course, Melvin Eli had a terrific half at both ends of the floor. 4 blocked shots for Eli.
Well, Eli won the battle between he and Wolfram. Wolfram was a guy that we thought would give Eli problems, but he didn't. And look what we're highlighting. Look at the blocks. And that's Melvin Eli. He's the only one that had any block shots for the Dogs. And he controlled Brandon Wolfram in the first half. And if you can control Wolfram, who's averaging 20-plus a game, you're in pretty good shape.
87 blocks this season for Eli. He set a school record with 91 last year. As you took a look at those stats brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Thought an effective first half for Fresno State, even though the Bulldogs, I don't think, played their best game.
No, I don't think they did either. They didn't shoot the ball the way they can, but they played good defense. They worked hard. They controlled the middle with Eli. Here's the one thing they got to do. Stop giving UTEP second efforts at the offensive end.
I think Jack Furtick will probably agree with that. We'll go to him as he just emerged from the Bulldog locker room. I also want to tell you, Jack, I've already predicted that Courtney Alexander is going to have a huge second half.
Okay, I always agree with you, Ralph, anyway.
All right.
Jerry Tarkanian, however, is very concerned. He feels like the Bulldogs have played about as well as they can play defensively, except for one stretch where they scored on UTEP scored on 7 out of 8 possessions. The Bulldogs took UTEP out of everything they wanted. They couldn't get baskets, a couple, as Dan said, offensive rebound baskets. I think 8 points off that. But he's very concerned offensively that the Bulldogs are not running their offense. They should have their wings going down to the blocks and popping out. UTEP is forcing them out wide, similar to the way the game went in El Paso. They got to correct that if they want to win this game.
All right, Jack Furtick, thank you very much. We'll come back with the tip for the second half, or the throw-in for the second half, I should say. After this timeout, the Bulldogs leading by 9.
Many of the designer labels in our suits are the same well-known labels you'll find in department stores. But then they should be. After all, they're made by the same manufacturers.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
It's about giving you in-depth stories that matter to you. Don't wait until 11 when the KMPH 10 o'clock news is first at 10. Join John Mallows and J.D. McLiver for the Valley's only primetime newscast, only on your station.
As American as country music, genuine, irresistible, the original song of the South. Applebee's invites you to try something new. Chicken fried chicken. A whole boneless breast, marinated and breaded. Then chicken fried southern style, so it's crispy on the outside and juicy on the inside. Complement it with traditional fixins, and you've got Applebee's chicken fried chicken. As unique as Nashville, as America's Applebee's.
Back at Selland Arena, ready to get the second half underway as Fresno State leads UTEP 34-25. And start of the second half tonight brought to you by our good friends at Perco's Cafe. Bulldogs individually in the first half. Led by Courtney Alexander with 8 points. Abney and Eli with 6 apiece. Terrence Roberson also had 6 points. Leading rebounder, get this, was Demetrius Porter with 5.
Yeah, that's not what you want to draw up. You don't want your point guard leading you in rebounds. And nice job by Demetrius Porter, but you want your big people to get back on the glass. And where you do that, Ralph, is at the defensive end. You've given UTEP too many offensive rebounds.
Porter tonight with just 3 points, 2 assists. And we saw them both in the first half highlights. I liked on the lob how he looked off the defender and set it up there for Alexander. That's a play that he's had some difficulty with. Just not the timing, but the accuracy of the lob. And that one was right on for Courtney Alexander. Of course, Alexander, a guy who could go up and get it if it's anywhere in the vicinity.
Yeah, just put it close to the goal. And of course, we talked about Demetrius Porter. Great assist-to-turnover ratio. Has done a nice job of leading this team. And a very good perimeter shooter. Now, he has not shot the ball well in the first half. Look at Demetrius. Take his time. He can make the outside shot. When it's open, he has to continue to look to the goal. Nice job to effectively go inside. Didn't finish, but the right idea.
We stand until the Bulldogs score the first points of the half. Nearly a steal by Porter. He's still having a play. He drives it out and misses the layup. Rebound out. 5 boards below. Stick with Eli. Still move. Hooks. Can't get it to go. He's 0 for 2 to start the second half.
He was a rhythm on that shot. Surprised it didn't go down. The first one was harassed, but he had nice motion on that little jump hook when he normally makes. That was a good shot, just didn't go in.
Now Wolf will work on Eli. No, he won't. He kicks it out to Mullahan for 3. Rebound taken down by Eli. Neither team has scored. We played a minute in the first half. Second half.
Even though Ralph, the ball goes down inside the Wolfram, don't leave Mullahan open on the outside. Nice move there by Roberson.
Roberson under the defender, puts it up and in. He now has 8. Bulldogs lead by 11. That matches Fresno State's biggest lead.
And Roberson's been in a shooting slump. So where has he scored tonight? He has scored around the basket. So he is adjusting his game because his outside shot's not went in.
Boy, he just fired that one up, forced it over Melvin Eli. There was a lot of contact.
I think what Jason rapidly told Wolfram is, look, we can't win this game unless you get some points on the board. So if you have to force it, just do that. So, okay, here we go. Here we go. You said Alexander was going to have a big second half. Okay, first shot.
He's 1 for 1 in the half.
1 for 1. Still man-to-man by the Dogs. That's a tough shot. That is not a good shot. You want to wait for Wolfram to get position. That was really an ill-advised jump.
Here's Alexander. Gets Mullahan in the air. Hits. Down to the basket and he's fouled. Here we go. 2 for 2.
Got 12 in a hurry. One thing you can't do when you're defending Courtney Alexander is leave your feet. But he can't create his own shot. But what you don't want to do is get up in the air. And Jarvis Mullahan that time, he took the bait. He took the bite, rather, and he went up. He got him in the air. And Alexander, great presence of mind to realize his man's in the air. He draws the foul and then makes the shot and gets to the line. So, outstanding play by Courtney Alexander. You look at his free throw percentage, and he's a young man that gets to the foul line. Great players find a way to get to the foul line.
Alexander with 13. And the Dogs with their biggest lead, 14.
Very important in college basketball to keep the ball in front. Keep the dribbler on the outside. Don't let him penetrate by you like that. Because if you let him penetrate by you, you're in trouble.
Mullahan, no good on the 3. Rico Nelson gets the rebound, kicks it back out. This is Wolfram for 3. Beats it out, can't get it. Tipped up. May have been tipped in by Bulldog.
Yeah, that may have been tipped in by Melvin Eli.
They're going to credit it to Mullahan, but I think it was one of the Bulldogs who tipped it in.
This is a 2-footer. Well, you can see that drop steps available. Because what the Wolfram is not trying to come around in front. He's playing in the backside, and he's trying to gamble for the ball. So Eli may be able to turn it in, Ralph, a number of times to get an easy score.
Bulldogs by 14. McRae drives and can't finish. Boy, he drove around. Porter then got past Alexander. Had an open shot but couldn't get the call. Porter off to look at Abby Cherry. The play with a rebound and putback.
I think that ball may have been deflected on Demetrius Porter.
You hope so.
But, I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because he's
for a nice pass.
I have never seen Demetrius Porter miss it so bad. I mean, he's not even close. He's barely drawn iron.
Foul at the other end on Alexander. That'll be his second. First team foul, Fresno State in the second half. 16:22 remaining in the game. And it's been a good start to the second half for the Bulldogs. 11-4 run, opening up the biggest lead. Now 16.
And it's all been keyed by Courtney Alexander. Look at the hands by Alexander. Look at the hustle. Look at the effort. Nice effort, though. There's no reset of the 35, so shot clock remains at 26. And, you know one thing, Jason Radley, he works. You know one thing that's really tough to do in coaching? Follow a legend.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, how do you do it? It's just, it's tough.
Donnie Haskins there. As a matter of fact, he retired this year. This tournament is dedicated to Coach Haskins. They named the Coach of the Year trophy after him this year. Went to Bill Tulsa. Well, look at Porter. Gets it back and then whips the pass to Abney for the top. Wow. Abney in double figures with 10.
And Abney's shooting it at a high percentage because he shoots it down. Your percentage goes up, Ralph, when you do fall down. 30-second timeout called by Jason Rabideau, and the Dogs have come out on firing on all cylinders. Here's a great pass again, and a beautiful pass inside to Abney, who finishes Demetrius Porter with a great look. He could have shot it, but he found the open player, and Fresno State playing very efficiently in the second half at both ends of the floor.
Porter did a great job to keep possession of the ball after the collision with the defender. Let's get into the huddle.
You go high and he goes low.
Rabideau and Danny Tarkanian passing out instructions for the Bulldogs.
Well, I don't know how UTEP can be effective, Ralph, if Wolfram is shut down, because he is the center point of their offense. And you look at the 6 for 9. I mean, you're coming out smoking. And UTEP only 2 of 8. But Eli has completely shut down Brandon Wolfram, and that's really the story of the game.
UTEP leads the WAC in field goal shooting percentage at 48%, and nowhere close to that in this game. They were 33 at the half, and then 25 so far in the second half. Shot clock at 5. Wolfram defended. Gets it off to McCray for 3. That's no good. Rebound. Roberson had it. Mullahan takes it away.
Yeah, the other guy's been quiet is Smallwood.
He dishes off to Mullahan. That's no good, but Rico Nelson with the putback. He can't get that to go. Abney comes out of there dribbling, looking for someone to pass it to. 9 rebounds for Larry Abney. 18-point lead for the Dogs, looking to get it to 20. Not that time, but Abney with the rebound. That might get it. Yeah. Larry Abney with a dozen.
Is Abney all over the place? I mean, talk about a guy who is an unbelievable rebounder. He understands the game. He tries for every rebound, and he has the great hands and a nice touch around the goal.
The only player in the WAC to average a double-double. Abney has his double-double tonight. 12 points, 10 rebounds. Dogs by 20. Alexander passes to Porter. Rebound Abney, number 11. Has it knocked away, but the rebound goes to Porter.
Well, I think UTEP now has been deluged in the second half. I mean, it has been all Fresno State. I mean, they have come out and have absolutely decimated the Miners in the second half.
It's a 17-4 Bulldog run.
Yeah, still a long way to go in the game, but Fresno State can't play much better than what they're doing right now.
Wolfram finally hits. Only 8 points for the second leading scorer in the WAC.
And I can tell you this, Ralph, he's had to earn every one of them.
This is Roberson. Drives, throws it up wildly. The rebound stuck back in there by Abney, but that comes after the foul. No basket.
And Abney's putting on highlights after the official has blown the whistle. He did a great dunk there after the play, but I like what Roberson's doing also, because Terrence has not been shooting well on the outside, and he's been able to use his dribble and take it right to the basket and draw some fouls, and we know what an effective free throw shooter Terrence Roberson has been.
Leads the WAC in free throw shooting percentage. He now has 9 in the game. Alexander goes to the bench to take a little rest. Gets a huge ovation from the fans. Travis Demanby comes in. Alexander with, we have 13 points. Scored 5 quickly in the second half. But as you mentioned, Dan, battling the blue.
Well, you want to get him some rest. Obviously, you want to take care of business tonight. But 3 games in 3 nights, so you want your guys strong. How about Melvin Eli?
Look at Eli. Dogs by 22. We'll be back.
Selection, super scrumptious, sensitive services, spectacular, subscribe sauces, special sauces, certainly sensational. Serving for Salazar, Salazar.
So what's your favorite at Bobby Salazar's?
Give me some more!
For the holidays, remember party trays, business and family get-togethers.
Yo, Bobby!
And our homemade tamales. Bobby Salazar's with locations in Fresno, Clovis, Kingsburg, Porterville, and this month Visalia. The Supercut, it's the My Band Goes on Its Bend. The I Only Date College Guys.
No. I hate to cover this with a football helmet. The E equals MC squared. Whatever you call it, we can cut it at a price that looks good too. Supercut, as hip as you want to be.
Mommy and Daddy keep talking about a dream come true. Daddy says we keep smiling because our new Brentwood home is so affordable. My brother and I go to school in the Clovis School District. That's really super. Mommy loves to cook, so she really likes the kitchen. And Daddy likes something he calls romance. I don't know what that is, but Mommy likes it too.
Visit Greystone by Brentwood at Chestnut and Alluvial and Brentwood Fort Washington on Maple north of Shepherd.
Back at Selland Arena, several heroes for the Bulldogs tonight, including Larry Abney as a double-double, his 13th double-double this season. And as I mentioned, the only player in the WAC to average that. Still have a hard time fathoming that 35-rebound night he had earlier in the season.
I remember the guy, and you talked about no one had that many rebounds for 35 years. I remember Keith Swaggerty, who played at the University of Pacific. Played for the late Dick Edwards, and quite a player, 6'7" and about 255, and he was an outstanding rebounder. But Larry Abney with 35 rebounds, Ralph. That is just an unreal evening. And to top it all off, he had 20 points. He had 35 and 20.
And they lost the game. That was
I know, and they lost. What do I got to do to win?
Porter throws it up and in. Bulldogs lead by 24. Porter has 7.
Well, you might have a great opportunity tonight. Coach Tarkanian may be able to rest some guys in the way they're playing. This ball is just not letting up. Wolfram's now got 10, and he's starting to go in the second half. A long way to come back for the UTEP Miners. Down 22 with about 13 to go. Fresno State, Ralph, very important how to dictate, run your offense. Let's get some touches on the ball. Let's not take the first available shot. Nice pass inside, and good effort to take it up in traffic by the man.
Pick your player. He was marked. 3 defenders around him all took their hacks at Travis Demandy. He'll shoot free throws. David Tolahan, his 3rd foul. 3 team fouls also.
I thought a good look this time, and Melvin Eli, who was almost going out of bounds, did get it to Demambi. But what Demambi did was a lot of young people can learn from. When you're small and you've got big people around you, you get the ball near the basket, take it up in traffic because you may be able to draw that foul. So Demambi did a very smart thing that time by shielding his body and drawing the foul.
Porter goes to the bench, and the Bulldogs up by 23 and 12 and a half remaining. Nick Irvin comes in. Demambi, a very good free throw shooter. 2 of 2 tonight. He has 5 points.
Very solid again. Made the big 3 when he entered in the first half. I think he's really been very strong defensively. Wherever he has guarded, he's really pressuring the leads. He's not letting his man touch the ball.
Escobedo gets it to the play. This is Nelson for 3. Hits. Rico Nelson, a rainbow three-pointer, his first points of the game.
Rico Nelson in the first foul, he was overrated. Did not make a shot.
Poor pass by Irvin, intercepted by Escobedo. McRae drops it up to Smallwood.
That was blocked too.
That's 5 for Eli.
That's another one.
And McRae, when he takes it in there among the tall timber, in danger of having it blocked again. Abney got a piece of it, but they whistled a foul on Larry Abney, his 2nd. A 88 blocks this season for Melvin Eli. Already holds the single season and career record at Fresno State. Noel Felix will check in for the Bulldogs, and Eli will go to the bench with 11:36. So you're right. I think Tark is going to get a lot of rest for his regulars because playing 3 games, the possibility of playing 3 games in 3 nights takes a toll on your guys, and this is just what the doctor ordered.
Timeout on the floor.
After the free throw, we have a timeout. It's 11:36 left to go. It's all Bulldogs. We'll be right back.
Here's my top 10 at Fresno Bulldog Brewing Company.
Bulldog's 25 booths. Bulldog's all-weather patio. Bulldog welcomes large parties. Bulldog's homemade ice cream. Bulldog's handcrafted root beer. Fresno's best fish and chips. Bulldog's Angus steaks. Bulldog's great atmosphere. Bulldog's great service. And number one, Bulldog's great food. Prepared fresh. No microwaves. Bulldog Brewing Company at the Fig Garden. Unleash the taste.
It's Herwald Motors Make a Date with a Mercedes model. There are 9 under $49,990, so let's meet one.
Hi, I'm Z230. I like life in the fast lane, but sometimes I just have to slow down. I can be very protective, but mainly, I'm interested in a long-term relationship.
Which model will you choose under $49,990? Discover the Mercedes experience today at Herwald Motors.
I just want to be loved. Is that so wrong?
All right, fans, you like tennis? You get a double dose of the Fresno State men's tennis team coming up Sunday, March 12th at 1 o'clock. Bulldogs will take on San Diego State. Then they'll be taking on the Louisville Cardinals at 10 o'clock, Tuesday, March 14th. The Waffen Tennis Center. This week in Bulldog Sports has been brought to you by AT&T Wireless Services. Bulldogs lead this one 57-38. Really taking charge here in the second half. I never thought they were threatened much in the first half, leading by 9 at the break, but have really blown it open here in the second half. Well, it looks like Tark is just going to clear the bench soon.
You don't want to clear it too soon. There's still 11 and a half minutes to go in the game, and you can't get the feeling if you're the Dogs that this game is over, because the Miners don't feel that way. So very important to continue to run your offense and get good shots. With the 3-point goal, Ralph, a 20-point lead can evaporate in a hurry.
Foul on the drive by McCray. That's his second. Yeah, I think you'll probably see most of these guys in here the rest of the way, though. Abney for his rebounding, and maybe you want to leave Roberson in here to work on his shot and his confidence.
Well, and I think the other thing is you'll see, I think Eli could come back in the game. He's not in foul trouble. Seems to be all right, but they're going to get him a bit of a rest and then put him back in. Just depends if you can keep the lead. If the Miners make any kind of run, and then, of course, you're going to get Alexander back.
Urban with a nice dish to Abney. Couldn't finish, but he will shoot free throws. Smallwood picks up his third. So you have Mullahan with 3, Smallwood with 3, and Abney shooting 2.
Very quiet game for Roy Smallwood. The WAC Freshman of the Year, very good player.
And a career-high 25 the last time UTEP played the Bulldogs in El Paso.
Excellent three-point shooter, but he has been ineffective tonight.
Abney gets 1 of 2. Bulldogs lead back up to 20. Abney with 13 points.
Get your primary defense out here, put some pressure on. Of course, Wolfram out of the game, so that's a good matchup for Fresno State, so they can match up a little bit better around the goal.
The rebound for Abney. Urban with a nice dish to Felix, and he's hammered on the way up by Escobedo. So Noel Felix going to shoot some free throws.
Thought a very good look by Irvin. In that situation, what you want to make sure is you don't see Irvin coming down. You don't want to charge. Under control. That's a nice job. See what Irvin did? He stepped away from the man in front of him, and he went off to the side so that he didn't commit any kind of a foul, and made a good pass to Noel Felix inside. He picks up the foul. But Irvin wanted to be 100% sure that he did not turn it over in that situation.
Felix, a freshman, makes the first. Doesn't get the second. Smallwood comes off with the rebound. Bulldogs by 21.
I think if you're UTEP, really, Ralph, you got to be thinking threes. You don't want to force threes, but they have to have the mindset right now. They got to look behind the arc, try to make some quick trays and get back in this game. With great defense again. Where the defense has just been smothering by Fresno State. They've been all over.
Shot clock at 7. Look at the Mandy. Shot clock at 3. And they're not going to get it off. No. Terrific defense by Fresno State. Acknowledged by the fans.
Yeah, that's an excellent job. And again, UTEP with another turnover. You've got 10 turnovers in the game, but that was just a sensational defense by Fresno State.
Melvin Eli does come back into the game. Larry Abney now goes to the bench. Abney leads with 13 points, 12 rebounds. Minutes remaining in the game. Eli goes right to work. They're going to say he walked on the move. Had great inside position.
That's a perplexed look by Coach Tarkanian. I don't think he saw the travel, if there was any, but Melvin Eli allowing to just go one-on-one. They're not going to double down on Eli. You look at the turnovers, the Dogs have only made 6. So that's, outstanding so far with only 6 turnovers. Pretty deep in the second half.
McCray has that one blocked, and they're going to give it to Eli. Here's Roberson. Drops it back to Felix, trying to control it, and does. 6 blocks for Eli tonight. Demanding for 3.
I was surprised Roberson didn't go ahead and dunk it in the open court. I think he was so unselfish he wanted to give it to Noel Felix for an easy shot, but actually Roberson's the one that had the easy goal.
Looking at Roberson's body language down here, I think that he probably wishes he had just taken it. Look at him. He's knocking himself in the head.
Well, you see the great hops here that Noel Felix possessed, and now there was not much of a foul. He may have fouled him a bit down below on the body, but Noel Felix, a great leaper inside in his own right, and definitely bothered Roy Smallwood, but Smallwood picks up the foul and will get to the line. Well, Jason does park a lot, doesn't he? I mean, he's up and down, he's clapping, he must walk up and down that bench about 5 miles a day.
Terrence Roberson goes to the Bulldog bench, replaced by Porter. And Smallwood, who had 19 and 25 in his previous games.
Look at those numbers. 4 points. 4 points in the game. And Smallwood with 4. Wolfram has what? Maybe 10, 11, 12 points. Not many. So this UTEP team cannot win if those 2 guys don't get it going. That's a nice deflection.
Turnover, and Nelson will stuff it at the other end. He has 5. 8:45 left. Lovely Eli. Porter is dialed in on that play tonight. Melvin Eli has 10.
Anytime they try to front Melvin Eli, and they haven't been fronting him the whole game, but the one time Wolfram comes over and tries to deny the ball, beautifully read, and Eli goes right to the basket. I mean, that was just a sensational play.
McCray for 3. Looks good, is good. Aggie McCray has 12. That leads UTEP.
And you can bet the Miners will not go away. I mean, there's a long way to go in this game. So you have to continue to run your offense, stay patient, and play some defense because UTEP can come back.
Eli looking for a bounce. Foul will be on Travis Demandby, and then takes a little shot at Javier Mendoza. Wow. That was dangerously close to being a technical foul situation. And Demandby took a little shot at Mendoza after the foul. 7:59 left. We're going to step aside. The Miners are hanging in there as Rico Nelson stuffs it. 61-45.
In the next 30 years, the population of the Earth will double to nearly 12 billion people. It will take 450 trillion pounds of food to meet the demand. This is agriculture's challenge in the 21st century, a challenge to be met by e-commerce. TheAgZone.com, the critical key to a worldwide solution designed by agriculture for agriculture. TheAgZone.com, providing e-commerce services, exposure worldwide while cutting your costs. TheAgZone.com, everything under one roof.
Did you get a promotion?
Not recently.
Are we rich?
Not since I last checked the bank balance.
Are we kind of special?
Yes.
Now the maker of America's most luxurious minivan, Town & Country Limited, also brings you America's most affordable Chrysler Voyager.
I figured it out. Your dad sold your baseball card collection.
Now get $1,500 cash allowance for 0.9 APR on all Chrysler minivans.
That drop's got 3 days, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, where you'll pay no sales tax. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's right, pay no sales tax. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. What a sale. No sales tax. Thanks, Gotcha.
Bulldog basketball on Fox 26 is brought to you by Gottschalk's. If you want to be seen at Gottschalk's.
Sunday night at 8, the Simpsons go to Hollywood for their shot at the silver screen. Mel Gibson guest stars on The Simpsons, followed by Malcolm in the Middle, only on your station, KMPH, Fox 26. Courtney Alexander not coming back to this game. You can tell he's obviously not feeling well. Still the effects of some kind of virus.
You look at his. Courtney's covering up, is what he's doing. He's saying, well, I'm trying to hibernate for the rest of this game, and hopefully our guys can hang on. You look at the three-point shoot. It's unbelievable. You've got the big lead. They're 1 of 13 from two-point range. So it shows you what kind of defense you're playing, and you're doing a great job around the basket.
Well, this was a 24-point lead. Demandi with a rebound. Fresno stayed up by 16. Under 7.5 minutes remaining.
Well, you really have to maneuver the ball around when you don't have a go-to guy on the floor, and you don't have Alexander out there. So it's incumbent upon everybody to screen, move, play without the ball well, try to get some open shots. You got to run your offense.
There's the go-to guy, the only one really on the floor for the Bulldogs. Eli can't get it to go. And McCray loses it on the dribble. Picked up by Irvin. What's he going to do with it? Drops it back. Felix. He gets it to Eli in traffic. Has it stripped on the way up. Nelson comes out with it.
All that and nothing. Which is a shame. You make 2 great passes, end up with nothing. Good pass there.
Something for UTEP. Wolfram. And it's a 14-point game, so they've shaved 10 points off the deficit.
And I think Fresno State wants a timeout. And Jerry Tarkanian not happy because he knows he's been through too many of these games. I mean, you're up 23, 24 points, and you kind of put it in overdrive, and all of a sudden, Jason Rabideau and the UTEP Miners are just coming back. Now you may have to rethink the Courtney Alexander position. He may have to take the towels off and start walking around and get back in the game. This is a 4-point swing. And here's a move all the way inside to the basket. And Wolfram does a great job of just maneuvering as Rico Nelson. Nelson draws the defense. Look at all the 3 players go to Nelson. And he has really a nice feel for the game because he turns around and hits the open Brandon Wolfram going to the goal. And UTEP picks up an easy score when you thought Fresno, with a 3-on-1 at the other end, would have scored and didn't. So a 4-point swing, and the Miners only down by 14.
Bulldogs,
with plenty of time.
No, you're right. Bulldogs had a 24-point lead at 57-33, but have been outscored 14-4. So now it's down to 14. Fans coming up on Sunday, the Hallowell Chevrolet Softball Classic continues. Fresno State against rival UCLA at Bulldog Diamond. And you can call 278-DOGS for tickets and information. Porter fires off the long 3, no good. Rebound to McCray. Chance to get even closer. Porter is run over. It's an offensive foul. Demetrius stood his ground, and McCray ran right over.
See if Demetrius Porter may have hurt his wrist. That was a very nice job by Porter to get in McCray's path there and establish himself. And look at the anticipate. He moves his feet. You play defense with your feet. So if you get your feet over and get your buddy in front, good things will happen.
Roberson back in the game for Bulldogs. Pass was intended for Porter, who broke for the basket. The pass went to the corner, so the Bulldogs turn it over. 9 turnovers now for Fresno State. We approach the 6-minute mark. Bulldogs lead by 14 and make it 12.
Here come the Miners. Don't go away.
Smallwood with 6. Melvin Eli going to come right back into the game. Felix has to track it down. Demandi wide open for 3. Can't get it to go, and we've got a pushing foul inside against one of the Miners.
Maybe on Nelson. Nelson may have bodied Noel Felix all the way out of bounds.
Yeah, I saw Felix go flying through the key there. Nelson picks up his second.
Well, this is a minor team now, Ralph. It's going to take some chances. I mean, they're going to get aggressive. They're going to go for the ball. They're going to play with reckless abandon. They're behind. And if you miss free throws like that, it's just like a turnover. You get a chance to get to the line to make a couple of throws, and all of a sudden you missed. I mean, the momentum rises for the other team. Confidence exudes from your opponents when you go blank at the foul line.
A chance to cut it to 10. Another offensive foul. This time Demandby got in the path of McCray.
That's 2 consecutive times that the Miners have come down the floor and have turned it over by maneuvering and charging. Nice position again by Demandby. And on Eggy McCray, that may be his 4th. It's on McCray. It's his 4th personal foul.
It is 4 on McCray. 12-point lead for the Bulldogs as we approach the 5:15 mark. He'll just take it himself and strong. Then we've got a foul on the rebound, maybe on Melvin Eli.
They get a foul and they get a push-off on Eli.
It is the second foul on Melvin Eli.
Have you ever seen Demetrius Porter not shoot the ball? He is shooting inexplicably tonight. He's not even close. He wasn't even close on that shot. He shot a 4-footer about 8 feet.
It's hard to explain. Offensively, the Bulldogs have not had their best game, and for most of the second half, they hadn't had their best player, Courtney Alexander, on the bench. Feeling well. Wilson with a nice spin, but he hits the bottom of the backboard with a shot. Pass intended for Abney. Fortunately, Roberson was there. Can he stick that one? Yeah, big 3 for Terrence Roberson. Oh, and look at the relief in Roberson. First 3-pointer in a long time for him.
And don't think that's not going to raise his confidence level. He knows with Alexander off the floor that they're going to rely on his perimeter game.
Ray with a nice drive and the scoop.
See, the one thing you don't want to do, Ralph, when you have a big lead is to take too many chances defensively. Try to keep people in front of you. Make them earn their score. You've got the lead. Don't give them anything easy to the basket.
64-51, 13-point Bulldog lead. Eli with a fake pass, short on the hook shot. Wolfen with the rebound.
Stop the ball here. Got to get out of it.
Mullihan. We're going to have a blocking foul before the pass. Maybe on Roberson. No, they're going to get Larry Abney for the foul. That'll be 3 on Abney. 16th foul on the Bulldogs. Miners are digging their way back into this one. We'll be right back.
Want a great payment on a new Camry or Corolla?
We've got your number.
Don't miss this Camry deal. Lease a Camry LE for $238 a month for 36 months with $27.48 due at signing. Make a smart move with Corolla. Lease a Corolla CE for $188 a month for 36 months with $19.78 due at signing.
What are you waiting for?
See your Central Valley Team Toyota dealer today.
Toshiba copiers make a difference.
You can take and combine different products within your office right now, your laser printer, your copier, your fax, into one unit.
And there's a difference in the companies that sell them.
We've invested a lot of money into supporting the product and into supporting the people that work for Walco to take good care of the customer.
Compare for yourself.
You're going to find out you're better off with Walco Business Systems.
And see the Toshiba difference at Walco Business Systems.
We realize that not everyone has to wear a suit to the office these days. But chances are, you still have to wear shoes.
The Men's Warehouse.
You're going to like the way you look. I guarantee it.
Blackie GM presents the 41st Annual Fresno Autorama, an invitation-only multi-million-dollar custom car collection. See Blackie's original hot rod that dragged the main in the 50s. Starts next Friday at the new Convention Center Exhibit Hall.
Right after the game, join J.D. McClyber and John Malice with the Valley's only primetime newscast. There's Dana Green will cover the sports world for you. And you got to love Kobe with the weather. It's the right team at the right time. KMPH 10 o'clock news, only on your station. KMPH Fox 26. 3:52 remaining in our ball game. The Bulldogs trying to hang on without Courtney Alexander. Gave some flashes of what he could do to start the second half, but the Bulldogs got that big lead. Took him out of the game, and I think he was really feeling poorly.
Now if you're UTEP, you're going to be thinking three. Trying to pop somebody behind the line, trying to make a big goal. Well, he's going to take it all the way in.
They take the two, but it goes in and out, and Smallwood puts it up and in. Boy, that was very close. My original thought was goaltending.
Yeah, mine too. That was very close to basket interference. Of course, you cannot touch the ball when it's around the cylinder. Very important now for the Dogs to milk the possession. If you get a good shot early, fine. Tough shot comes off the screen. UTEP,
look at that. Battle for it. He'll go to the free throw line. If it's on McCray, he's gone. Are they going to get Smallwood?
Well,
that'll be his fault.
Yeah, here's a move by Mullahan. Was this goaltending? Yes, it was.
It sure was. The ball was sitting right on the rim.
Yeah, it looked like from that angle, the ball was definitely in the cylinder. It has to be all the way out before you can tap it in.
Smallwood with 4. McCray has 4. Mullahan with 3. 3:05 remaining. Important free throws for Larry Abney.
Abney with 14 points, and he's got 14 rebounds. So he's got a double 14. That's not too bad.
Now 15 points and 14 boards for Abney, and the Bulldogs trying to keep the Miners off their backs, push the lead back up to 13.
And here's your mindset if you're Fresno State. Extend your defense. Don't give them any threes. Not that you want to give up an easy deuce, but keep them away from making a three.
Wolf balls away. It's going to be short. Abney nearly had the rebound. He battled his own teammate, Travis Demandby, for it. Neither one could get it. It'll be UTEP ball. 2:49 remaining. 66-53 Fresno State. The lob goes in and intercepted. Eli gets it to Roberson. Back to Eli. Eli now with 12 points to go along with his 6 block shots.
Jump out on the threes now. Make sure you extend. Well, they've done a great job on Wolfram. I mean, Melvin Eli has just really done a superb job defending Wolfram tonight.
Smallwood. Well, that's why he's the WAC Freshman of the Year. He can take it inside or outside. He only has 11 points, but he's come alive here in the second half.
Yeah, you can see where Smallwood could put up big numbers. He's a good shooter. He's very active. And he was defended well, but he's starting to get it going now. Now go ahead and use your possession. Inside of 2 minutes. No sense to take a quick shot. Run it all the way back. I'd use most of the 35.
Shot clock now at 10.
Now you want to try to make something happen. Even if you don't, Ralph, at least you've taken quite a bit off the clock.
Roberson will fire. And hit. Oh, my. Tough shot by Roberson, but he nails it. He has 15.
Well, Roberson has come up big in the second half. I mean, he has made 2 giant threes for the Dogs, and UTEP has not been able to make anything behind the line. It's really limited from the outside. Nice move by Wolfram.
Wolfram with a tough shot and a quick timeout called by UTEP with 1 minute, 10 seconds remaining and a 12-point Fresno State lead. Wolfram, 14 points. McCray also with 14. Man, Sun made the world's favorite race and probably brings you tonight's player of the game. And this was one of those nights where we could have gone a couple of guys, but right now we're going to give it to Larry Abney. Player of the game, brought to you by Sunmade, the world's favorite raisin. 15 points, 14 rebounds for the WAC's leading rebounder. Another double-double. Coach Terrence Roberson emerging from his outside shooting slump is a big plus for the Bulldogs. And then the way Melvin Eli played at both ends of the floor, also a huge plus. But Larry Abney, the player of the game, brought to you by Sunday.
And the amazing thing tonight, Ralph, is that the Dogs were able to win this game. And you could say somewhat handily, and they did not shoot the ball very well on the outside. I mean, they didn't make many threes in this game at all.
Iabona seeing his first action of the night at Fresno State.
And of course, the strategy now for the Miners is to elongate the game by making a quick foul, and the Dogs are in a double bonus. But what you're thinking, if you're UTEP, let's not let much of the clock expire, make the foul, hope to get a miss, and come down and make a three.
So Felix will shoot free throws. By the way, Roberson's basket, they say, is a two-pointer, not a three, so take away one. Felix now with 4 points in the game. We're told about 1,500 tickets still remain for the semifinals tomorrow night and the championship game on Saturday night. Felix makes them both. It's a 14-point Bulldog lead. I'm sure you can get tickets as Felix just swats it about 4 holes. Wow. The freshman showing his elevation. But again, 1,500 tickets remain for the semifinals and finals.
Now look at this block, and great job by Noah Felix to get up there and get that deflection. He's going to learn with a little more maturity to try to block the ball and keep it in play instead of knocking it out of bounds, but still a great effort.
And Rico Nelson hit a three-pointer, so with 58 seconds now, another quick timeout. It's an 11-point Bulldog lead.
Tulsa will play TCU in one of the semifinal games, and Hawaii will play the winner of tonight's game, which should be Fresno State. So some exciting basketball. Should be some great semifinal action tomorrow night. And, there are some tickets available, so you want to make sure that you try to come out and watch some fine basketball. And you look at the WAC, then now there's no automatic NCAA bid for the winner of the WAC tournament. Tulsa, to me, is in. Fresno State, with this win, to me, is in. And I think the Dogs are going to be in great shape. So, still, there's some very good action, some good basketball. I would be very surprised if Fresno State, even if they would lose tomorrow night, I don't expect them to, would not get in the NCAA tournament with this win tonight.
Porter quickly fouled in the back court by Nelson, so we go to the other end and shoot free throws. Third foul on Rico Nelson.
In fact, next year, Ralph, the WAC and Mountain West will both get automatic bids in the NCAA tournament. This year they don't. So the automatic bids go from 29 to 31, and they want to keep the at-large teams at 35. At 34, right? So that makes 65 teams, which you cannot have. So they may have a play-in game next year for the winners of certain conferences to get into the NCAA tournament. That may happen.
Porter makes one of the two. He has 8 points. Dogs up by 12. Nelson for three, and he really had to get that one up high over Felix.
Well, all of a sudden, the Miners, who could not make the three, have made a couple in a row and have cut the lead to 9.
Nelson with both of them. It's a 73-64 Fresno State lead with 48.6 seconds left.
And, of course, you know the strategy. And here's the penetration. Good job. One thing you don't want to do, and I think if you're Fresno State, you have to be thinking that even if the guy drives in and makes a 2, fine, but stay with your three-point shooters behind the arc. Don't leave guys on the outside. Even though someone penetrates and you're defending an outside player, don't go to the guy who's penetrating. Stay with the perimeter players so that you negate the three-pointer. Easier said than done.
That's right.
I mean, the theory is good, but anytime somebody penetrates, guys want to go and help on the guy taking it to the basket and leave somebody wide open behind the line.
Well, you saw Jerry Tarkanian. This game looked like it was in hand easily with a 24-point lead. Just like that, the Bulldogs turn it over.
Yeah, Eli
stepped in as he tried to throw it in.
Well, guess what? I mean, if they all of a sudden, we're in a 3-possession game with about 48 seconds left.
The coaches for Fresno State were arguing that Eli should have been able to run along the baseball line, which he was, and they were told that wasn't the call. It was that he stepped in foul. Looking for 3 now. Oh, Stephen McRae drive to the 2.
And they may have run out of timeouts.
16 for McRae, and a foul will send Porter back to the line with a 7-point Bulldog lead. This was a 24-point lead.
right, so now you're in a position, if you're Fresno State, I mean, very critical to make your throws, obviously. But keep your composure. You're in a double bonus situation.
He's got one of your better free throws up there, Porter, and he's missed 2 of the last 3.
And you got your best free throw shooter sitting on the bench.
Porter hits that one, and it's an 8-point game.
Man, this could be 5 in a hurry. Now, it's very important to stay with them on one. Look at this. Get it blocked and take it right in. Not a whole lot of talk.
And again, we're going back to the free throw line. So it's going to be a parade of free throws for Fresno State as UTEP scrambles to get back in this game, now within 6.
You know, Ralph, they are back in this game. They have done they have done an unbelievable job. Here's the screen by Smallwood, and both players actually go to the screener, and it's really the job of Noel Felix that time. Call the screen, because the man who's defending the dribbler cannot see the screener. Call the screen, and you have to jump out on the dribbler, jump out on him. So really just a mental lapse, and now Demetrius Porter will get to the line for 2 shots.
The foul was on Jarvis Mullahan, one of the team's best 3-point shooters. That is 5, so Mullahan will have to take a seat.
And you see UTEP 5 out of 5, and of course the Dogs 16 of 22 from the line, and many of those have come late in the half because UTEP has been forced to foul almost on every possession. Only a 2-possession game.
Javier Mendoza replaces Mullahan. Porter to the line, shooting 2. That's better. Porter in double figures now with 10. Roberson back in the game, recognizing they need the good free throw shooters in there right now. The best in the WAC returns.
This game of basketball, I'm telling you, that's the beauty of college basketball. You cannot relax at any time. I mean, now you're talking about a 7-point game. They're going to stop and pop on this one. Makes this go. I thought he had a good shot at it.
Didn't steal by Roberson.
He had a chance to score. UTEP, a critical mistake. Got to get the ball in the air. Just overpassing.
Saw Melvin Eli hit the floor coming down, and he's went down to kind of flex a little while, so hopefully he'll be okay. He'll stay in the game. Roberson to the free throw line.
Hey, Ralph, I'm a little surprised McCray just didn't let it fly coming down on the break. He only got 25 seconds to go in the game. You're hoping to get a miracle 3 and then get right back and foul. Well, that's why you said that they put Terrence Roberson back in the game.
Boy, did it pay off?
Oh, yeah.
Gets a steal?
He's had a big second half, and you're right. He comes right in, gets the steal, and then gets fouled. And he is the #1 free throw shooter in the WAC, one of the leaders in the country. He's got 17. And by the way, an exceptional 7. Shows you the importance, too, of having Courtney Alexander. He got off to such a great start. He's not 100%. You take him out, and all of a sudden you lose that cohesion, and you don't have the same effectiveness with him out of the game. He is the leading scorer in the country.
That's a big security blanket to lose.
There he is.
The go-to guy in any situation is sitting over there on the bench trying to feel better, trying to get over the effects of the flu. And you're looking around for somebody who can hit free throws. There's the guy, Roberson. Hits 4 straight. He has 19. Final seconds ticking off. There's the horn. So Fresno State sees a lot of a 24-point lead evaporate in the second half. but the Bulldogs have enough guns and hang on to eliminate UTEP. Fresno State advances to the semifinal round. Will face Hawaii tomorrow night in an 8:30 game. Coach Tarkanian showing some signs of relief. I don't know if he ever does that, but there's a little smile. Okay, we'll be back to hear from him after this.
In the next 30 years, the population of the Earth will double to nearly 12 billion people. It will take 450 trillion pounds of food to meet the demand. This is agriculture's challenge in the 21st century, a challenge to be met by e-commerce, theagzone.com, the critical key to a worldwide solution designed by agriculture for agriculture, theagzone.com, providing e-commerce services, exposure worldwide while cutting your costs. The Ag Zone.
Now by New Orleans. Change of pace dribble by Boleen as he changes hands and brings it to forecourt. To Berry in front of us. Dribble to the right wing, right in front of the coaching staff down to our right. To Jerron Brown out high. To Williams, reverse the ball inside, but it's knocked loose and out of bounds. Trying to get the ball to Hoff, who was open momentarily, but Connerly got the left hand out and deflects it out of bounds. Tonight's game brought to you by Henry Weinhardt's Private Reserve Beer. Henry Weinhardt's the first true premium beer of the West. Boleen to Berry. Got up in the air and, boy, almost traveled with it. Wanted to shoot. Decides to pass instead to Boleen. Ron Brown out high to Boleen. Near side Berry. Open three. Doesn't go. Left it on the rim. Not good. Rebound New Orleans. Go the other way. Smith with the right hand dribble. Getting the ball underneath to Chavis. Open laid up left hand. Not good. Tipped in by McDonald. McDonald trailing the play, tips it up and in, and a 12-point game at 49-37, and that was very good transition by a team playing its fifth game in 6 nights on the road, no less. Boleen inside Rob Williams. He is stuffed by McDonald. Ball knocked out of bounds. Beavers will get with 12-11 remaining. And now Vladimir Heredia will come in and give the Jerron Brown a rest. Good job by Jerron Brown, who has scored 8 points and grabbed 7 rebounds tonight for Oregon State. Berry to Boleen. Lobbed the ball to Berry. Zoned by New Orleans. 1-3-1 zone right now. Far side, Rob Williams. Baseline to Hoff. Threw the ball away. Tried to force it to Heredia. And New Orleans knocking it loose. And a turnover on Oregon State. Jimmy Smith dribbled around a screen out high. Give the ball to Connerly. To the right corner to Chavis. Return to Connerly at the wing. Behind him, ball knocked loose. And picked up by Corey Brown. To Chavis in the lane. Leans in with a pass to McDonald down low against Heredia. Jumper on the way. Shot way too hard. Way over the basket. Rebound by Hoff. His 9th. Double check that. That's correct. 9 rebounds for Mustafa. And out of Berry near side. Beaver ball in forecourt. Down low. Good pass inside. Heredia to Hoff. To the hoop. Missed the shot. Too bad. McDonald with the rebound. Stolen by Rob Williams, a freshman, out to Boleen. Good job by Williams, and the Beavers get the ball back. They lead by 12 as we approach the 11-minute mark left to go. Williams dribbling on Chavis. Left hand. Go to the left wing. Stops there to Heredia right at the free throw line. Leans into a jumper that's not good. Short. Front rim. Too bad. Wide open shot. Smith, dribble drive quickly to forecourt for New Orleans. Boleen picks him up, give the ball to Connerly. Goes for an immediate jump that won't go. It's back rim too hard. Rebound knocked loose. Smith gets it, goes over the top of Boleen, lays it up and in. Knocked Boleen flat, got the loose ball and laid it in. Jimmy Smith, 4th point of the half, 9th point of the game. 49-39, 10-point game with 10:37 left to go. And here's a timeout by Oregon State, and we'll do the same. 10:34 left to go. Beavers up 10, 49-39. We'll be back after this 60-second break on the Beaver Sports Network.
Follow Beavers weekly with your own up-to-date Beaver Line publication. For more information, contact the Corvallis Gazette-Times at 753-2644. The official attendance for tonight's game, 5,782. 5782.
Beavers 49, New Orleans 37. Big hand for the Oregon State rally squad as they performed during that timeout. Shooting this half, Beavers 9 of 15, 60% for the game, 19 of 44 and 43%. New Orleans for the half, 7 of 17. Overall, 18 of 49, and that's 37%. Turnovers too many for both sides. New Orleans 15, Oregon State 12. Three-point shooting, both sides 1 of 8. Inside Heredia had the shot partially deflected by Siegel and missed it. Jimmy Smith up with the loose ball, dribble the ball to forecourt for New Orleans. On top to Junior Connerly, just beyond the free throw line. Behind him to Smith, uses Connerly as a screen. Starts to the right baseline, stops at the wing, and we got a whistle and a foul coming up away from the ball. Heredia and Siegel crashed into each other on the baseline. And Vladimir is going to get a foul. And that'll be his first. That's called excessive force used on the baseline. Wow. 10-14 left to go. And the Beavers go over the limit. That's their 8th team foul now in the second half. So free throw time for Andy Siegel, who will be on the line to shoot 1-on-1. 4 of 6 at the line this year, 67%. He scored 4 points in the game. 10-14 left to go. Free throw is on the way and perfect. And he'll get the bonus. Oregon State women's volleyball team on the way to Kansas City. Participate in the National Invitational Volleyball Championship this weekend. Play starts Friday. Oregon State will meet Cal State Northridge 9:30 in the morning, our time, and Minnesota 2:30 in the afternoon, our time. That's on Friday. Siegel duplicates the line, gets both free throws down. We have an 8-point game. And Oregon State goes against Connecticut Saturday morning and Sam Houston Saturday afternoon. Volleyball action in Kansas City this weekend. Approaching the 10-minute mark of the second half. Heredia dish the ball to the near side of Boline. Give it, go to Heredia, baseline right. Go to a jump stop. Has the ball knocked loose by Siegel. It's out of bounds. It's off Oregon State. And it'll go to New Orleans. So the Beavers force the ball inside. They get a turnover for their effort. Game is down to an 8-point margin. Hoff out for a very short rest is going to come back. Jerron Brown's also going to come back. Benjamin was in there, and he's coming out. And Heredia is coming out. So the Beavers get the front line back in there intact now as New Orleans making a run. Oregon State had built the lead to, 17? Yeah, 49-32 at the 13:25 mark. And Oregon State hasn't scored since. New Orleans on a 9-0 run. Smith circles his pass deflected, but Siegel gets it. He's double teamed. Jump ball. Good call by the officials. Rob Williams and Jerron Brown both got a hand in. It forced a jump. But New Orleans will get it back on alternate possession. And they'll have it left of the goal baseline now with 9:43 remaining. 49-41 still in doubt. Oregon State had a comfortable margin at one time, but no more. Your side is Brown to Chavis. Lead the ball to Jimmy Smith. Beavers fall back to a zone, 1-2-2 zone. Now to Brown out on top. Pass deflected out of bounds. Berry with quick hands got the right hand in, deflected it out of bounds right into the New Orleans bench down to our left. Privateers inbound. 9 on the shot clock now as Brown dribbles out at the wing, bouncing to the corner to Smith. To a drive, double team, shut up, way out to Brown. 3 on the shot clock, force a 30-footer. Not good, hit the front rim. Up for the rebound, Jerron Brown, Beaver ball. Tonight's game brought to you by Bi-Mart, where your one-time $5 membership fee lasts a lifetime. Become a Bi-Mart member today. Brown pushes Berry on a drive to the hoop. And Brett went down hard and hit hard. Corey Brown will get the foul, which will be his second of the 15th foul on New Orleans. Brett really went down hard in his rolling over now. He gets up to a seated position and now back up on his feet, shaking up a little bit, but says he's all right. Find out, however, 1 million membership families beat the high cost of living every day with Bi-Mart. Brent winces a little bit as he gets ready to make the inbounds pass. 49-41, Oregon State by 8 with 9:10 remaining at Gill Coliseum. Very lob it way out to Boline. In the lane, Hoff. Jump pass under to Jerron, lay it in. Great pass by Hoff. Brown gets the hoop. Jerron's 10th point of the game, and give the credit to Mustafa Hoff for a good look and a great pass inside. Back to a 10-point game. It's 51-41 as we go under 9 minutes to go. Just dribbling between the circles against Boline. High post screen, and the moving screen it was. Now to Connerly on top. Behind that to Brown. Beavers a straight man defensively again. to Smith against Boleen. Backs up on the dribble, down to 11 on the shot clock. To the head of the key. Go for a three-point bomb. Shoots an air ball right to Brent Berry. Brent out dribbling with the right hand. Bounce it ahead to Williams to the hoop. Right in. Left hand. Berry assist. 3 hoops, 6 points for Rob Williams, and a great assist on the bounce pass cross court by Brent. 53-41, 12-point lead, 8:18 left. Smith, four-court high right-hand dribble. Give the ball to Siegel right at the top of the circle against Jerron Brown. Looking in deep, can't get it there as Mustafa Hoff is fronting inside. Beavers stay man defensively. Pass goes to the far side of Brown. Now to Connerly off a screen to Brown. Behind Connerly, Spivak can't shoot. Again, we're down to 10 on the shot clock, and again the Beavers playing good defense with the secret. Boleen knocks the ball loose. Comes all the way to backcourt. Back to get it is Smith. 4 on the shot clock. He throws up a 60-foot prayer off the front of the rim from backcourt. The clock goes off, it won't count. Siegel rebounds and puts it in. Shot clock went off, but the ball clearly had been released way before the shot clock had wound down. So play continues. Siegel got the rebound and left-handed it up and in. Beavers at four-court. Ball inside to Berry. Knocked loose by Connerly, and a turnover. New Orleans gets it back as they double team. But by Connerly, shuffle to feet of backcourt. Fans yell for traveling. Don't get it. New Orleans has the ball. 53-43. 10-point game with 7:17